Well, a massive disruption in global oil supply is unfolding as we get you this special broadcast. That's right, the closure of the Strait of Hormuz could, remove nearly 20 million barrels of oil per day. Now, that's a shock bigger than any other previous oil crisis combined together. Let's quickly take you through the nitty-gritties. First up, Strait of Hormuz closure, around 20 million barrels of oil. Now, the Strait of Hormuz handles nearly a fifth or 20% of world's oil trade every day, making it the most critical energy choke point. A full closure could very well wipe out around 20 million barrels, as we just stated for you, per day, dwarfing every past oil supply disruption combined together. Now we take you back in time to the Iranian Revolution of 1978, where political upheaval during the revolution in Iran severely disrupted oil production and exports. Global markets lost around 5.5 million barrels per day. This triggered sharp price spikes and also panic buyings. On to the Yom Kippur War of 1973, where around 4.5 million barrels per day were at risk. Now, after the war began, Arab oil producers started importing an embargo, a sort of an embargo on all Western nations. Now, this move cut roughly 4.5 million barrels per day from global supply and sparked the first major oil crisis. Next up, we have the Iraq-Kuwait War of the 1990, where 4.3 million barrels per day were at risk. Now, when Iraq invaded Kuwait back in the 90s, both countries' oil exports were heavily disrupted, to say the least. The conflict removed around 4.3 million barrels of oil per day, sending global oil prices skyrocketing. We also have the Iran-Iraq War of the 1980, where around 4 million barrels of oil were in trouble every day. Now, this prolonged conflict, viewers, between the two major producers damaged oil infrastructure and exports as well. Around 4 million barrels per day, as we pointing out right there, disappeared virtually from the global supply chain during peace disruption. And finally, we have the biggest, the Russia-Ukraine war of 2023. Around 2 million barrels of oil per day were in jeopardy. Now, sanctions and supply disruptions following the invasion reshaped global energy flows as we know them, as the modern world knows them. Roughly 2 million barrels per day of Russian oil faced market displacement. Now, if the Strait of Hormuz disruption persists, this single shock could very well outweigh all the previous global oil supply crises combined, as I was just mentioning.